What's up, everybody? Courtney Cox here with Doug Kyde at Gillette Stadium. A late one here at Gillette after a Pats 37-20 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. People were not expecting to hear the L word quite yet, but we do think that it might be a good thing, a reality check for this Pats team. The Pats defense, who everybody's been raving about before Sunday's game, had only given up 14 points. So where do they go from here?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they might have got a little bit cocky, and as you said, this might bring them back down to earth a little bit, but I think they'll wind up being fine. Usually an elite defense like the Patriots showed that they had through the first 8 weeks of the season does have a hiccup at some point. It happened in the 2000 Ravens. It happened in the 2003 Patriots. So that's certainly what the Patriots have to hope, is that this is the hiccup, but they certainly need to improve their run defense. They've showed that now 2 weeks in a row against the Cleveland Browns and now against the Baltimore Ravens. So that's the biggest thing to fix. And it's good that they've got 2 weeks now to fix that before they face the Philadelphia Eagles. But that's the one thing that we need to still see, because the Patriots' pass defense is great. They'll be great every week. But that run defense, I think they've got the pieces in place. They just have to adjust some things and fix it.
Okay, well, let's talk about the offense a little bit. Mohamed Sanu, less than 2 weeks after joining the Pats, really earned Tom Brady's trust. He had 10 receptions on 14 targets, 81 yards, a touchdown. Were you impressed by this, and were you impressed that Tom Brady, or more so surprised that Tom Brady was choosing him to go to every time?
I was extremely impressed, and there were, I'll use that word again, there were some hiccups there at the beginning of the game between Tom Brady and Mohamed Sanu, and I was thinking, oh boy, I don't know, maybe it'll take another week or two to fix this, but they fixed it in game, and he was Tom Brady's most heavily targeted receiver in that game. I think that a lot of it was the fact that the Ravens were taking Julian Edelman very seriously. Edelman still had 10 catches for 88 yards himself, but Mohamed Sanu was the most heavily targeted player on the Patriots team, and it certainly seemed like he did have that trust from Tom Brady. So I think a lot of credit definitely goes to Sanu, but also to Brady to be willing to keep throwing to Sanu, despite the fact that they weren't quite on the same page at the early portion of the game, and they weren't on the same page last week either. I think that Tom Brady's really excited to work with Sanu, so that's why he's willing to keep going back to that well.
A lot of people on both sides of the argument on if a bye week is good or not, if it's good after a loss like that, or if it's bad after a loss like that, like they should get back on this field. For you, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think that it comes at the right time. 9 games is a lot to play in a row, especially with the way the Patriots' schedule has been constructed with night games and Thursday games and Monday games. There's been a lot of those short weeks, long weeks. It's been tough to adjust to for the Patriots, so I'm sure that they don't want to stew on this for 2 weeks now, but at the same time, they certainly need that break. So I think that this does give them a good opportunity to fix things over these last 2 weeks. And maybe it's a good thing to let it stew for those 2 weeks too, because they'll be thinking about it and they'll want to avenge that loss when they do finally play against the Eagles.
All right, well, that game will happen in 2 weeks, so enjoy your bye week and follow along with Doug on Twitter. He'll keep you updated on all things happening here at Gillette Stadium during this bye week at Doug Kyde. We will see you in 2 weeks when they take on the Philadelphia Eagles.